Hello. In this video we will tell you about the visualization capabilities of Quant Chart. Quant Chart is an innovative visualization of full order flow, which allows you to detect algorithms and view maximum market depth. To open the window with this visualization, you need to subscribe and press the Quant Chart button. The window with visualization will open right after. You can open as many windows as you want simultaneously. This visualization displays the dynamics of changes of limit orders in all price levels of bids and asks. It also shows market orders in the form in which they are leaving the core of the exchange. The horizontal scale shows the time, hours, minutes and seconds. Vertical scale shows price levels for this instrument. The volume of limit orders is presented as a histogram. The values of the volume you can see on the labels to the right of the window, on the price scale. The price at which the last trade was is also highlighted by a label. The visualization shows the correct placement of limit orders and market orders. You can see what was the quantity of limit orders at the time when market order was admitted. The entire order flow is stored in memory, so you can navigate to view the situation in the past. Also, for these purposes can use a slider, located in the lower part of the window. Note that to allow the window to update automatically, when data is received from the market, you must move the slider to the far right position. The color scheme is designed as follows: dark red color shows the volume of the ask limit orders, dark blue volumes of bid limit orders, bright red marks the places where there was a change in volume of ask limit at given price level in relation to the previous value, bright blue marks the places where there was a change in volume of bid limit at this price level in relation to the previous value, yellow color marks a market order with the aggressor side, bright blue marks non-aggressor market trades. By right-clicking the graph, context menu will open. Here you can choose Always on Top option. Only while using data feed rhythmic, the Show Order option will be available. By clicking this option, you will be able to see the number of limit orders at each price level. The last item in the context menu is the settings. But more about that later. The number of limit orders is shown in dark purple. The bright purple color shows the place where there was a change of number of orders at this price level in relation to the previous value. The values of the number of orders you can see on the labels to the right of the window in the price scale. When you right-click on the price scale, the context menu will open where you can disable the display of labels. Also, this menu includes settings for vertical scale of this visualization. The easiest way to change the vertical scale is to use the mouse roller. When scrolling it up, the scale will decrease, while when scrolling it down, the scale will increase. The same effect can be achieved by holding Control key and dragging the mouse over the price scale up and down, with the left mouse button pressed. You can separately change the number of visible price levels on top and bottom. To do this, move the mouse over the price scale at the top or bottom, with the left mouse button pressed. You can return to the original state of the vertical scale at any time. To do this, open the context menu on the price scale and press the Reset Scale button. You can choose one of the three options for the vertical scale in the context menu. These settings affect the value of max enlargement for the vertical scale. The default option is set for visible range. In this case, when enlarged to the maximum, all prices of best bid and best ask in visible range will be shown. To enlarge even more, you need to select Only Last Value option. In this case, the increase will work until only the price for best bid and best ask for the last value in the DOM will remain visible. The last option allows you to set a constant price range within which the price will move. In order to do that, first select the width of the range with the mouse, for example 5 ticks. Now let's talk about the horizontal scale. Here, everything is much simpler. To decrease the horizontal scale, hold the left mouse button and drag the time scale to the left, to increase, to the right. That's all. You can reset the horizontal scale in the context menu on the timeline. Also, when changing both vertical and horizontal scales, the letter S on orange background will appear in the lower right corner. By clicking this letter, you will reset both scales. The last thing to note, before we get to the settings, is the possibility to display a horizontal DOM as a bar graph. Let's have a look at the settings of the visualization. These are the color settings for different elements of the window. Here you can change absolutely any color up to your taste. Also in this window, you can change the font of inscriptions. Next is the input field for the refresh interval. By default, update occurs every 150 milliseconds. This setting is very sensitive to the power of your processor, so if you see lag in this visualization, increase the interval to the 300 to 500 milliseconds. If you are the owner of a fairly powerful system, you can reduce the value of 50 to 100 milliseconds. For most of today's computers, 150 milliseconds is an optimal value. If desired, you can turn off the grid lines by clicking this check mark. Now, let's talk about changing the scale of the events. If you looked carefully to how the histogram of limit orders amounts was drawn, you would notice that their scale is constantly changing. However, in this mode the maximum volume of limit order, which is placed between price levels, is constantly changing. For example, now it is 137, and there is already 126. In accordance with these values, the height of histograms for all visible price levels in the window is selected. You can change this algorithm and manually set the maximum volume of limit order for the purpose of scaling of the events. Switch to manual mode and enter the volume, or change it with the arrows, until you reach the desired value. For example, set the value to 100. Now, the maximum height of the histogram will be achieved for the limit orders in the amount of 100. When the price level will be a value greater than 100, the height of the histogram will look as if this limit level of volume is 100, and for smaller values, the height of the histogram will be chosen in accordance to this maximum amount. To better understand this point, simply practice. Well, the last setting, which we will tell you about, is a trades-only mode. When enabled, the visualization changes its appearance. In this mode, only market order are displayed and limit orders are not. We recommend you to change color as follows in order to see the difference more clearly. For trades on buy, set green color, and for trades for sale, set red. Here, you see the distribution of market orders in regards to price levels. All kinds of scale are also available for this mode, including event-driven. So, to sum up, as you probably already see, the visualization Quant chart allows you see absolutely every event that takes place on the market. It is the most up-to-date solution to visualize exchange order flow. We wish you success in trading.